Hey guys, welcome back to Andy's Dinosaur Reviews. Today we are going to take a look at an entire family, a whole flock of dinosaurs. They're all from the Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom toy line by Mattel, and they are all Gallimimus. Now, this particular sculpt of Gallimimus has had so many numerous repaints at this point that it's half kind of ridiculous just how many there are, but at the same time, I really like the fact that there are a bunch because then it can give you your own actual flock of Gallimimus, kind of like you see in the original Jurassic Park movie, although these ones are all different colorations. So, it's a plus that they're all different variations of color because then you have so many different ones that you can tell apart and just have their own personalities about them. But let's take a look at them, and I will bring them in and tell you what each one is from. First of all, there are these two. Now these two are not going to stand for me, there we go. These two are from one of the multi-packs that you found at Target. It had a whole bunch of different dinosaurs in it, and this was a Target exclusive, I believe, and they're really quite cool. Then there was also another Target exclusive that included this guy, and now this one has fallen over. This one was also in, I think this one was like a 4-pack or a 5-pack. I'll put a picture up for you guys so you can see which one of the sets this one is from. Then there was this one here. This one was from a Kohl's exclusive pack, so yet another variation of color. Then there was also this one. This one was also from a Kohl's exclusive pack. This one featured one of the green crouching velociraptors. So again, another variation. And finally, this one. And this one was the original one released, actually. This one, I believe, is one of the Attack Pack dinosaurs. So you can see right there that there are just a ton of these figures, an absolute massive flock of Gallimimus that you can have. But unfortunately, like I've mentioned, they all come in numerous different packs, so to collect them all, you have to purchase each pack, and unfortunately, you can't just purchase the Gallimimus. You have to actually purchase whatever pack it's included, and some of them can get a little pricey, like the Target exclusives are around $50 or $40, somewhere in that area for those two. The Kohl's exclusive packs are between $30 and about $20 to $30, somewhere in there, and then of course you have the usual one here from Walmart, which I believe is like $8 or $7, something like that. So that one's not too much. But to get them all, you do have to purchase all those different packs. But anyway, let's take a nice closer look at them. We'll start with the original one. You can see the sculpt on the face is beautifully done. You could take a look at the eye there. You can see the eye is a little sloppily painted. Some of the yellow has run on the underside of the eye, and that has been an ongoing issue with a lot of the Mattel figures. I don't know why. It's probably, in my opinion, the only real downside to any of the Mattel figures. But looking at the face, you can see that it has all kinds of beautiful sculpt work. You can see little scales and stuff all over the place. Trying to get the camera to focus a little better on them. Even the lips look pretty nice on it. The entire head is sculpted very nicely, and there is a little bit of variation of browns in the face. Of course, the yellow eye. And there's the other side. The eye looks a little better on this side, but also kind of has a little bit of sloppiness to it, but nothing terrible. Beautiful detail down around the neck here. Lots and lots of skin folds as you go down to the nice Gallimimus arms. They're folded up in a somewhat of a bird-like position. Coming back along the back, you can see some very nice, beautiful detail. Speaking of the hands, actually, the hands do not have any type of paint on the claws of the hands or on the toes, but it does include a nice gloss, at least on the toe claws, so that's a plus. But you can see some more beautiful detail. You do have a seam that runs the back here, which isn't terribly distracting, but you can see as I move it here that it sticks up a little further on the one side than it does on this side. But looking at the legs, there's some very nice sculpt work done here. Beautiful muscle tone as you go down along the legs. A nice kneecap there. Feet are sculpted out really nicely. In my opinion, they look quite beautiful. And then coming up here into the tail, very nice sculpt work again, all over the place. Tail is sculpted very beautifully. These Gallimimuses look very much so like they look in Jurassic Park, in my opinion, and actually in all the movies. They are very beautifully sculpted, really nicely. And you can see that this one here, the original Attack Pack version, does have some difference in coloration. It's got this lighter coloration with a brown on the upper side, and then a light underbelly. It's like a cream type underbelly. And it also has all these little spots that you can see, kind of like speckles and stuff all over them, just to give them a little bit of variation in color. It does look very, very nice. I really like this Gallimimus figure. So that's the original Attack Pack version. Then you've got this yellowish version. I don't want to go over the sculpts of all of them because they're all exactly the same sculpt. They just have different paint schemes. And I do like the paint scheme on this one as well. I like these little dots and stuff. Coloration just kind of extends down here onto the face. This coloration is very similar, pretty much identical to the original one. You can see it's just different shades of color, where instead of the dark brown and the lighter brown, it's a yellowish type of a coloration on the skin, and then a darker gray type of a color here on the back. But other than that, they're pretty much identical. And then continuing with that same color scheme, you have this one, which is an orange color, and then it has a brown back. Again, it's pretty much exactly the same as the Attack Pack version, just a little bit of a difference in coloration. There is also this one, which again is the same pattern, but a different coloration. But it looks very good as well. I do really like the coloration on all of them, honestly. But this one is really, really nice. I do like this darker coloration on this one. Then you also have this version, which is the gray with almost a dark blue or a darker gray on the back. But again, it's the exact same design, just a different color. And then there's this one that actually is the only one that has a different variation as far as the color scheme goes. This one's color scheme is just completely different than the other ones, and as is the coloration. It looks very, very nice. I really like it. In fact, this one actually might be my favorite out of the group. It really looks quite beautiful. This was one of the Target exclusives, and it came in a pack with a different Gallimimus. That was one of the ones I had shown you previously, but this one actually has a different color scheme and a different pattern to it. Looks very, very cool. So these Gallimimus figures from Mattel are all really, really cool. As you can see, they all have their differences, but the majority of them are the same basic design, and there is one that is an alternate color scheme. I know there are other Gallimimus figures, or at least one coming, and it is a larger one, I believe has battle damage, and actually looks a little better than these guys. But these ones here, in my opinion, all look absolutely fantastic, and until that one releases, these, in my opinion, are definitely the best Gallimimus figures that we have ever gotten from any Jurassic Park toy line in the entire history of the Jurassic Park franchise. These guys are all so beautiful. They all look really, really nice. They have beautiful striking coloration, and the sculpts, in my opinion, are very faithful to what you see in the actual movies. As far as the articulation goes on these Gallimimus figures, you can see the head can go all the way down, and then it can go up pretty high. The arms also move forward and back, but they do not come out away from the body like a lot of the Fallen Kingdom toys do. And same with the legs, they go forward and back on both sides. It's upside down now, but they don't come out away from the body at all. And the tail, although you can see a seam here, it doesn't move. It's not on a swivel or anything like that, like the Suchomimus or the Carnotaurus. So it does have some good mobility, but definitely not as much as a lot of the other Fallen Kingdom figures do. As far as the size goes on these guys, we'll just slip one out here. They're all going to fall over now, but we'll get him out in the front. From the tail to the head, you are looking at pretty much 7 inches, pretty much right on the dot right there. And as far as the height goes, you're going about just under 3 inches, almost 3 inches tall. For a size comparison, there is Mr. Papo T-Rex. So you can see that they are fairly small, not super small, but they're definitely much smaller than the Papo Tyrannosaurus Rex, and they are actually quite dwarfed by any of the Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom Tyrannosaurs. So they scale up pretty nicely, honestly, with the rest of the Jurassic Park and Jurassic World figures, in my opinion. Maybe not so much with the Papo T-Rex, but he seems to be enjoying himself. So another very, very cool Fallen Kingdom toy. And honestly, these guys, like I've mentioned numerous times, are all beautiful. I really love every single one of these Gallimimus figures. I love, honestly, that a lot of them have that same look to them, that same design, because then it feels like they really are all part of the same flock, but yet they all have their own personalities. And I really do like this alternate version here, like this one Lone Ranger that just kind of sticks out among the group and has a different design to him. because he does look very cool. These guys are all, like I said, absolutely beautiful Gallimimus figures, and in my opinion, the best that we've ever gotten in any of the Jurassic Park or World toy lines. So if you do want to buy these guys, you're going to have to really head out there and go to a few different places. You probably could catch some of them online. I don't really know for sure. You can check Target or Walmart's website. I'll see if I can locate them. But honestly, you're probably going to pay a lot more for them online than you'll pay for them if you actually can go find them in the store. So if you can hit up those 3 different stores, you may be able to complete your collection of this Gallimimus flock, as they are all beautiful. So go ahead and see if you can find them all. Happy hunting, guys. I'll link you guys in the description if I can find any online, but like I said, they'll probably be much higher in price than you'll find in the stores. So go ahead, go buy these guys. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next review. Thanks for watching.